Okay, so let's very briefly review what the Fair Housing Act affirmation letter might look like for you. So, of course, up in the upper right is where you put you. Your affiliation in this case is you can put American River College or whatever in your email, and you would put that here, your name at American River College. Or if you are the contractor, you can do that or whatever and put the date down here. Then you have a basic heading that matches pretty normal things. So, you're already saying it's to the planning department. If you have a name, that's good. In this case, we don't. And again, here you're going to follow the same template. Thank you for considering our proposal too, and what is the purpose of the project. So you'll fill this in with the purpose of the project, which in this case is to subdivide an existing single lot with a rental to 4 lots with home ownership. So you're saying right here that you're doing home ownership and it's going to be on 4 lots. Where is this? You'll give the address. You can even say it's in the Arden Arcade area near American River College, something like that. Say who these people are, who is the contractor, who is the owner, who is the new owner. It's going to be the same probably. And if there are any tenants on site right now, you would say that those people are all involved, especially if one of the tenants wants to become an owner. That's a really cool thing. Okay, and so you're saying that you meet or exceed the Fair Housing Act, and it's based on careful consideration of the proposed CC&Rs. So you might have to say something about what those proposed CC&Rs are going to be. For sure, your CC&Rs are going to have to deal with the road that is being put in common, because that's got to be owned by the group in common. So that's a common area maintenance type thing. And there's got to be something about that, because it's not the city that's going to take care of that roadway. It's the little homeowners association or whatever that's going to be. And so there's going to be at least one CC&R about that. And you're going to talk about an equity-minded consideration of effect of these units on the surrounding community. So the ability of this project to provide home ownership to disproportionately impacted groups, you'll want to either... Now, this doesn't have to be in a bullet point like this. This is just for you to work with. You might say the ability of this project is based on the goal of providing 2 of these ownership opportunities priced at 3/4 of the median home price in the area. I would expect that you would look that up, what that home price is in that area, and say what that's going to be then, which means a sell price of Okay, now it's not a legal document that's going to hold you to that, but it's going to be your goal. Okay, participate and support in the needs of the community, and you would say, how is that going to happen? Right? By creating 4 ownership lots, each of which is on the tax rolls, we will increase income to the local tax base by, and if you know what the sale price is going to be for each of these, and you know what the basic tax rate is, I think I looked it up, it's somewhere around 0.68%. I don't know if there's additional Mello-Roos in this area. Mello-Roos is the parcel tax for schools or parks or things like that. But you can look those up and say how much this is going to be. You know, that's nice if you're going to add another you know, one or two or three or $4,000 into the local tax base coffer, that's a nice thing. Here you're going to talk about having access to transportation into and out of the community for work-related activities. So one of the big things is always traffic. And so if you can show that there's going to be the ability to have public transportation or that there will be minimal traffic impact, that will be important. And you could sort of see that you're very near a major freeway on-ramp and off-ramp, and you're very near a number of local bus lines that could get you to and fro. So I think you're in pretty good shape with that one, but that's where you'll want to talk about that. And nearby access to basic needs, that can simply be a shot from Google Maps showing where the nearest grocery stores are, and each of these are. So this would probably be 1, 2, 3, 4 screenshots from Google Maps that would be added down to the little segment on the bottom. Okay? So you're just going to talk about these things. It can be in a paragraph. It can be by bullet points. It can be a mix of those things. But you need to have a little bit of detail in here. Or you can even go into the Fair Housing Act and make sure that your design is up to snuff. So the Fair Housing Act says you have to have appropriate access, so you can show that you've got an access road and parking, and that there's no odd hills and ramps to go over. You can add things about external lighting. You can add things about ADA stuff. So there's lots of things that you could look up here. I'm looking for you to actually put some work into this section, as it's one of the key things that we're going to look at as I'm grading. And documents are found where? You need to give me a link to your documents. You can't just say stuff. You have to have documents to back it up. So, ability to provide home ownership. You would want the actual lot plan that shows your calculation, which shows how you're meeting the 75% of median income. Okay. So you might even look at some of the lending practices that are happening in this area. This is where you can really apply some of the work that Professor Carlson has brought forward, which Douglas Adams will be talking about on Tuesday the 6th, and so on and so forth. So do your best with this and put some effort into this portion of it, because it's actually really important, and it can really, really, really help you get your project approved.